and welcome once again to Choices, Finding Your Joy. Paula Vail here, and I am extremely excited today to share with you just a fascinating, amazing man, and he has created something that's just is going to touch your heart, making such a difference for so many others. Today, I am sharing with you Darryl Duncan. He is a veteran, award-winning songwriter and producer and the founder of a new company called Aria Musicholistics. And I'm just going to let you open up, Darryl, and share what this is. I've seen some videos and what I've read, it just touches my heart. But please tell us a bit about yourself and what brought you to where you're at today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here as well. And I'll start out by telling you a bit about my background in my profession and how I transitioned into senior care. Basically, I'm a songwriter and producer by trade. I've been a staff writer for A&M Records and Warner Brothers. I've had the opportunity to write music for Michael Jackson, Jeffrey Osborne, Earth, Wind and Fire, Shaka Khan, R. Kelly. I actually was an artist myself on Motown many years ago. And I made my living in the music industry for over 30 years. I currently do music for TV and radio commercials, but my background is a music producer. And I also have a grandmother. I had a grandmother who passed away in October of 2014. And she passed away at 102 years old. And she lived a long, wonderful life. However, in the last 7 or 8 years of her life, she had full-blown Alzheimer's and dementia. And she was non-communicative and, pretty much stayed slumped over in her wheelchair, never making much eye contact. And, we would visit her a couple times a month, and one of these visits, I thought to myself that I wanted to try to do something special for her, something unique, So I knew what her absolute favorite song was from her whole life, and it happened to be a song called Never Make Your Move Too Soon by V.B. King, the late V.B. King. So I bought my little recorder in one day and into the nursing home where she was living, and I played that song for her. And my grandma literally lit up in a variety of ways. She sat up, her head became straight, she began to make eye contact with my mom and myself, and she started singing and clapping to the song and singing the lyrics. And we had not really seen her that vibrant in almost 10 years. And it was a very touching and moving and emotional moment for my family. But it rang a bell in my head, and I said to myself, and I've always had a passion for seniors. Since I was very young, when my cousins and we were all over playing at my grandparents' house, I'd want to sit and talk to my grandmother instead of being out in the yard or wherever playing. I just felt that they're a treasure of knowledge and wisdom, and I wanted to soak it all in, So, but I thought to myself, when I was with my grandma, I said, if my grandmother can have this reaction and this much joy, even if it's for the moment that song was playing, then this could also work wonders in the lives of other seniors and other people's with and without dementia or memory care issues. So, it was shortly after that I just started to launch Aria Musicholistics. And what Aria Musicholistics is what we call next level memory care. It's purposeful entertainment to awaken the souls of seniors. And it's not new what music can do for the soul and the spirit and the emotions of seniors, but I've decided to take it to another level. What I do with Aria is not only do we use music, but we use images, photos, historic media, as well as actual antiques. And it's all about stimulating memory. But the focus of Aria, and I would say the key word, is personalization. We don't bring and play and use items from their era. We use items from their life. So let me give you a quick example of how Aria works. For example, if someone wanted to use our program for a senior, be it their loved one, their parent, elderly sibling, or just someone that they care for and look after, they would go to our website and fill out a simple questionnaire. And it's about 50 questions, but they're only 1- and 2-word answers. So it's very quick to fill out. It takes about maybe 15 or 20 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes actually. And once they click submit on that form, we get that information about that senior, and then we do our research. We go to work. And after we do our research, that questionnaire, it includes where they were born, where they were raised, where they went to high school, if they had any military service, what job or profession or a career they worked in, their favorite section that might be like their favorite movie, TV show, game show, sitcom, actor, actress, singer. We get a variety of information that's specific about their life, not just their era or their age group, but specific to their life. So when we meet with that senior at our scheduled session, we are able to present them with images of the high school they went to, the way it looked when they attended, or images of the community that they played in as a child. We may not have the image of their house because it may not even still be there, but the surrounding area that they will be familiar with, we bring those images to them and share that with them. Images of their military service that they may not be aware even existed. Our presentation is a multimedia presentation. We use iPads to present when we do one-on-one session. We also do group sessions where we present on a large projector to the entire room of a group anywhere from 10 to 50 seniors. But the focus of Aria, it's all about personalization, and we include so many things into that to stimulate memory. Not all seniors, of course, have Alzheimer's or dementia, but when you get to be 80, 90 years old, most of them do have some level of memory deficiency. And when we're able to stimulate that memory to bring back antiques, that we have about 200 different antiques that we purchased over a 2-year period that they get to actually touch and hold. And you can kind of see the sparkle in their eyes, because a lot of times they're able to articulate and say, my mom had this. It could be a old hand blender or an old antique toy. They connect with some of these items, and it brings happy tears to some of these seniors, because we're trying to, the whole focus of Aria is reminiscence therapy. And it's about, again, bringing to life the life that individual has lived. And I've always said, there's no better way to bring back precious memories than with other precious memories. And that's what we focus and aim to do at Aria. And it's been a wonderful ride. We've only been in business about 2.5 years, but I've serviced quite a few different seniors and senior living communities. And the response that we get is just, it's overwhelming. They don't want us to leave. They want to know how soon we can come back. Those who are physically capable, they may get up and dance when we present their favorite music. It's really a heartwarming and very touching way to entertain seniors. Again, I call it purposeful entertainment. It's entertaining, but it has a purpose. It's connecting brain cells. It's helping to bring back memories that may have been diminished by time or disease. And another facet to Aria I want to add before I stop here is we also have what's called the VRO, which is the video recording option. So for example, for individual clients that we may service, be it in their home or in a assisted care facility, we are able to, with their permission, video record the entire session. So for example, an adult child who is ordering our service for their elderly parent, they can have the whole session videotaped so that siblings who may live around the country or around the world, it's posted to a website. They can log in with a username and password and experience the entire memory care session, even if they're not there. So the whole family can kind of witness this joyous moment when, and not all the time, but most times, I would say 8 times out of 10, we get a reaction out of the seniors that is just, it's tear-jerking, you know, because they are seeing things, again, not from just their era, but from their specific life and the life that they have lived. And so we are continuing to grow, and we are looking for more and more senior care facilities to present our program. Our strongest benefits are when we work directly one-on-one with the senior, but we also have work in groups. So where there's 50 questions for that individual seniors to fill out, or their adult child or loved one, we have activity directors at the facilities fill out a short version. It's only 6 questions: their favorite music, favorite TV show, favorite game show, favorite song or something like that. And then when we come to entertain that whole group, we present something for everyone. So everyone's going to get something or see something or hear something that's special to them, you know. So it's a different approach, and we are finding that the response is just, it's just tremendous. It really is tremendous. So I'm excited to share it with you and your viewers, and we're continuing to grow it.
Darryl, this is just one of the most beautiful things I have ever heard about. I mean, it's just so touching, and I can imagine the responses you get and the fact that you personalize it. Think about that, how it could, I can imagine how it changes the mood. You know, here they may just be sitting, and then they hear special music or see a picture or are reminded of something that was so much joy in their life. And it's like it just opens up that flower.
Yes, absolutely. And it's food for the soul. You know, I also say, I have a couple sayings that I like to recite every now and then. Doctors and medicine can heal the body, but only love and memories can heal the soul. I truly feel that I am seeing that come to life in Aria, and how it affects and the reactions and the responses that I see from the seniors. So we're going to keep moving full steam ahead and get into as many facilities as we can, and service as many individual seniors as we can. And of course, we don't proclaim to have any lasting medical benefit. We aren't doctors. This is not any type of medical treatment. It's just personalized entertainment to bring back the memories that have been, in many cases, diminished by time or disease. And it's having a profound effect. And when you do it on a sustained basis, you know, it truly changes the demeanor, the level of emotional happiness for that senior. And that alone is worth the whole thing.
Yes, yes. And I really love that you do it not just for individuals, but as a group, because there could be a group in a center, and, you know, they get that visit, they get that, you know, once a month or whatever that might be. And just to create that energy and that, you know, that joy for everyone to share together.
Right, because most seniors who are all in the same senior community, senior living community, they're from the same general era. I mean, you'll have some as young as in their 60s, and then some as old as their late 90s or even early 100s. But they all can relate to things from the 1940s or the 1950s. You know, they can remember things that were popular in that era. You know, we have about 35 different activities that we do. And one of them is that we do, and this happens to be a favorite, and it's the most the most requested. We have one where we do name that celebrity, but we don't just show the picture of the celebrity. We show their baby picture first, and it progresses after about 7 different pictures till it gets to their adult picture. So they're all in the room trying to guess who this celebrity is from their era. And after the 4th or 5th picture, we play their music. Like, for example, we would have Dean Martin, and we show Dean Martin as a 2-year-old, then Dean Martin as a 8-year-old, then Dean Martin as a 15-year-old, and then someone in the crowd might say, "That's Dean Martin," and then I play the music, and then everyone's loving the Dean Martin song for a moment, you know. And we do it with a variety of celebrities from that era. Bing Crosby, Sammy Davis, Loretta Lynn, Elvis Presley. We just have a variety of them. And we do the same thing with game shows. We'll show segments of game show images until they can guess which one it was. And I don't mean current game shows. I mean game shows that played on TV in the 40s and 50s and 60s, you know. So and that's just two examples of some of the programs we have. We have this really cool program that works well in groups where it's the basic concentration game, you know, where you have all the cards flipped over and you got to pick two to try to match them.
Mm-hmm.
But we do it on the iPad, and I'm wireless, so I get to walk around the room, but the iPad is projected on the large screen, so everyone can see what's happening on this iPad. So I'll go to one senior in the group, and they pick two cards, they turn over, and it's not a match. Then I go to the next senior, they pick two cards, and so on. And one senior may pick two cards and go, "Up, you got two, that's a match." So they're wiped off the board, and then you get to try again. And then, you know, it really involves and engages and stimulates everyone to just want to participate. And I'm finding that everywhere we do, if they're physically able to participate, they do.
That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so fantastic. Now, tell us, Darryl, so are you limited to a certain area of the country, or people watching it around the country, you know, can they use your services, or around the world? I mean, how far are you extended?
Well, right now, we're a very small organization. We only have 4 employees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them. And at the moment, our circle is the Chicago metropolitan area. We go to the north, south, west suburbs of Chicago. And, you know, and our circle is up to a 2-hour drive, which is kind of the most farthest reaches of the Chicago suburbs from where we're based. But my goal and my dream is to expand Aria into other cities, other municipalities, and ultimately franchise it and be all over the country. I know that's a little bit down the line, but we've grown a great deal in the 2 years that we've been in business. And my hope is that you know, we can continue to grow, continue to get the word out about this unique program. And my hopes is sometime in 2018, we'll be expanding with a couple franchises elsewhere in the country.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. Oh, I am right there for you, Darryl. This is so beautiful. Oh,
thanks so much, Paula.
And yes, it would be so wonderful to have you franchised around the country.
Yes, yes. Because, you know, there's all types of senior entertainment. People come in and sing and play instruments and dance or whatever. I mean, and that's wonderful. That serves its purpose. But what makes Aria different is the aspect of the personalization. Mm-hmm. You know, again, they may hear music from their era. They may like the music or they may not. But when you personalize it and make sure you are presenting them with the images, the sounds, the antiques, and the experiences from their specific life, that's where it separates itself from the other senior entertainment things. So our approach is about personalization and focusing on that individual's life, and it's been great.
Yeah, I would imagine that personalization just multiplies the reaction.
It does. It does. And the cool part about it is we don't tell them what they're going to see. So you can imagine a senior in their late 80s, early 90s, seeing an image of the inside of the gymnasium where they played basketball as a teenager or played volleyball as a teenager. And then the eyes grow in they're like, they may not immediately recognize what that was, but it comes to them slowly. And I had one gentleman who he got his eyes welled up and he was pointing at this picture, just poking at it. And he could speak. And he said, "That's my high school. That's my high school." And he just smiled and grinned, and he wouldn't let go of that picture for 5 minutes. And and we're not always able to find these images, but I would say 50% of the time, we're able to present them with images that they had not seen in their entire life, based on the questionnaire that we get from the loved one or adult child. So again, we work really hard to personalize it and bring them an experience that they'll never forget. And that's the fun part of it.
And tell us, Darryl, what's it like for the family members? I can only imagine family members being able to witness this.
Exactly. And that's why we have the video recording option, so that even if family members don't live in the immediate area and can't fly to town for this session, they can log on to the website at a later date, or the next day or week, and they can still experience it. They can experience their loved one having this experience. And for the loved ones and the family that are able to be there, and it's often just one or two, it might be an adult child or a caregiver or a grandchild, but they are also amazed at the joy that is brought to that senior, because as seniors grow old, so much happening with their health and their memory and their capacity. This is a real piece of sunshine that really brightens them up. And if I could have had a dime for the times that I'm asked, when can I come back and when am I returning? It's just exciting. So I know I'm onto something, and I know we have a very, very real and beneficial program. I'm just trying my best to get it out to as many seniors as I possibly can. And if you go to our website, all the information is there about how to contact us, how to reach us by phone or email. And it's seniors being a passion of mine. This has just been a dream come true.
Yes, you have created something so beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's just the beginning. It's just the wave, and it's going to continue to grow.
Thank you very much. I believe that. I really do believe that. I believe that. Wow. I even thought to myself, you know what? I should get on Shark Tank and tell the sharks what I got and get the financing to launch it all across the country, next year, but yes. Maybe one of them will see this and contact me, huh?
Yes. Oh, man. And I am in your corner. I'm going to tell everyone I know about this.
Oh, thanks so much, Paula. Thank you so much.
This is going to be a blessing for people everywhere. I
believe that. I believe that as well.
It touches all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that was triggered out of your love, for a family member, and you came up with this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's doing for other family members, it just has to. We have to get the word out. Yes.
And there have been studies, documented studies, and I found a lot of them in my research before I started this business, about the benefits of music. There's one that really stands out about an old guy. I can't remember his name. I think the piece is called The Music Within or something within, and it's on the internet. It's also on our website. We actually featured this video on our website to show the power of music. But so it's, the music aspect of it is not new, but what is new is the personalization aspect and the other things that we're presenting. We don't just use music, we're using images and actual antiques. And most of the time, if they don't remember the antique from their own life, they're familiar with it. They're, just like you and I might be familiar with an Etch-a-Sketch or a Rubik's Cube, they're familiar with the toys and the items and the antiques or the tools from their younger years, and it really brings a sparkle to their eyes.
Yes. And so I can see how you doing the research makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Where they grew up and what their history was. I would think that does make a big difference.
It absolutely does. And thanks to the internet, we're able to, utilize technology to get all this information and these images and these, things that are specific to their life, So, I mean, like I say, we're not always lucky, but we are most of the time in presenting them with images that they are intimately familiar with.
Yeah. And I can imagine, Darryl, what this is doing for your heart. I can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's heartwarming. And I have so much fun with the seniors when I go to the group sessions, it's heartwarming. And my philosophy is we are all going to be there one day if we're lucky. We're all going to be that senior in their late 80s or early 90s or even older if we're blessed enough to get that far, So it's not like some of us avoid old age. The only way you avoid old age is death, So, I don't understand how some people lose sight of having that empathy and compassion and love and understanding of seniors. They are really our true treasures, because when you talk about been there, done that, no one has but the seniors. They've done everything that we're trying to do and hoping to do.
Yes.
So they're a value, and often people don't see that value. They just, society as a whole, we don't see age as valuable, but it's actually the most valuable part of life is when you experience life.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love it. That is so true, Darryl. We have just a couple minutes left in the show. Anything else you would like to share with the viewers today?
Oh gosh, I think I kind of said it all. I just like to say if anyone is interested in our service, reach out to us at our website. It's www.ariamusicholistics.com. So you think of the word holistics and just put music in front of it. It's Aria, ARIA, musicholistics.com. And our number is area code 855-554-ARIA. 855-554-ARIA. And, I'd love to share with, what we're capable of doing with anyone who may have a senior who could benefit from this program. And I'm just want to grow it from here. Up is the direction.
Yes. Oh, it's going to be just fantastic to see it grow and continue what you're doing. And I just want to give you a heartfelt thank you, Darryl.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm really honored to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
It's been so fantastic.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. All the viewers out there, thank you for joining us. I'm so happy to have you with us today. Love, hugs, and blessings. Darryl, love, hugs, and blessings.
Same to you, Paula, and thank you so much for having me on the show. And anytime you want me back, I'll be there.
I love it. Yes, we will do that. Oh,
all right.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.